Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 11/6. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, that's Durham's online community paper. Check it out in its entirety at durhamskywriter.com. Now, with Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and I do invite you to click on that link right there on the Durham Skywriter Facebook page. If you'd like to join me on camera, shoot the breeze, say hello, promote yourself, all that would be super great. It would also be super great if you go ahead and share this out because then more people here in Durham can find out what is happening. So let me put on my specs and remove my keyboard. Oh, let me tell you that I mentioned this last week. So suppose you have a website. I have a website, obviously, durhamskywriter.com, but I don't have an app. I know if you have a website, I know you wish it were an app because then you could just tell people to download it, etc. Here's how you can have a sort of like an app. So send your not your Facebook, your website address to your friends or whatever. Tell them to open it on Chrome. Now, this used to be only Safari, and it always looked fuzzy on Safari, but you get a beautiful image on Chrome. So tell them to open it on Chrome and then save it to the screen. And then you'll have like your own app. In fact, let me see if I can show you real quick. Real quick. Durham Skywriter. It's so small, I don't think you'll be able to see it. But you see the logo there, Durham Skywriter? It looks just as sharp and beautiful as a real app. So it operates like an app in a way, in that when you click on it, it takes you to the website. So let me go back to the weather because that's what I'm supposed to be looking at on the phone. There you go. So that's one way that you can fake having your own app on your iPad. You know what? I wonder if it works on Android phones. Hmm. If somebody out there has an Android phone, let me know if that works. In other words, you're opening a website and saving it to your screen as an app or fake, approximate app. Let me know if that works. Anyway, let me continue by going to the Word page. That's the government and nonprofit information page, chock full of really great programs and services being offered by local nonprofits and also the city, county, and state government. So I've added new classes, all kinds of stuff. Just go up and down the page when you have time. What I'm going to do, I'm trying to keep the show a little shorter and sweet so that I don't commandeer too much of your lunch hour. So what I'm going to do is to remind you, with today being Thursday, that the libraries are open until 6. And then they reopen tomorrow at 9:30, and Bragtown reopens at 10 tomorrow. And don't forget, the main library downtown is open on Sundays now. Okay, let's check with let's go ahead and check with Durham Tech. Let's see if there's anything going on. Oh wait, I have a great announcement about the Durham Community Fridge. I announced it earlier this week, but the Scrap Exchanges Community Fridge is now in operation. I am so happy. So now we're up to 3. So St. Joseph Episcopal Church at 1902 West Main Street on the Iredell Street side. That's like on across from the back of Whole Foods. So and that's served by the number 11 bus. The Scrap Exchange, 2050 Chapel Hill Road in the Lakewood Shopping Center. They're served by the number 10 bus. And Omi's, 2300 North Roxborough Street on the corner of Club Boulevard and North Roxborough, served by the number 9. Problem is, though, with that, their landlord told them to shut it down. They haven't shut down just yet, but so soon we'll be down to 2. But hopefully somebody else can step forward and maybe use the fridge that Omi's was using for their Durham community fridge. And I didn't explain how it works in case this is you're a first-time viewer. So the community fridge concept was birthed, so to speak, during COVID, where people wanted to help others who needed food, maybe people who are struggling, homeless, whatever. For whatever reason, you don't even need a reason. If you need help, you just go to the refrigerator and get the food. Basically, it's people wanting to help others, but not being able to meet them face to face. So, different across the country, sometimes it's for profit businesses, sometimes it's churches, whatever. But you set out a refrigerator, 24/7 access, where people can drop off food that they like. When I get food from a food drive or whatever, and I know that I can't eat everything. So I'll take the food that I can't eat to the community fridge instead of throwing it away. So anyway, then 24/7 access, of course, is for the people who need the food. They can go to the community fridges. Another cool, I don't know if this is nationwide, but I know as far as Durham is concerned, you can go to this app, this website. And I do have the link right there on the Word page. So you can see in advance what's in the refrigerators because people report on a pretty regular basis what is in each refrigerator so people don't have to like go all the way over there and find out that it's empty. Also, people report on the cleanliness of the refrigerators. So if they need tidying up, a regular just person. You can appoint yourself. You can bring some bleach water and tidy up the refrigerator a little bit. And also, they monitor the temperature because, of course, you don't want to make people sick by having food in a refrigerator that's too warm. So, anyway, check it out. Right now, we have 3 community fridges. So, if you could help out others by donating food, maybe you can catch a 2 or 3 for 1 sale. I do that sometimes, and I take the extra to the community fridge because I'm learning as a single person, I can't always finish everything that I buy. So why not share it and also learn how to shop more wisely? But anyway, if you're making mistakes like I'm making mistakes, then go ahead and help somebody else who could use that food. All righty, let's check with the Durham County Library. Libraries. Oh, I told you already, they're open until 6. Okay, did that. Let's check with Durham Tech. Let's see what's going on with them. They have in person classes. There are classes being offered across the state where, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you can take these one off classes. They're free, they're live, which is really nice because that means that you can actually ask questions, which is great. So let's see. The next in person class will be Thursday. That is next Thursday. So I'll let you know about that. Let's see what's going on in terms of the online classes. Oh, here's the class. Okay, these classes are online. Like I said, totally free. Got the links for you right there on the word page. Okay, holiday already? Oh my goodness. Holiday hustle. Seasonal marketing that sells. And that is from 2 until 3 this afternoon. Here's another one. Also from 2 until 3, dealing with difficult employees for the small business owner. I know that could be really awkward, especially if they're related to you or whatever. Here's another one from 6 until 7:30, sales for introverted creatives part 2, overcoming common challenges. Yeah, I'm very introverted. I'm a very shy person. And you might say, well, how can you? You're doing a show. Well, sometimes you just know you got to do what you got to do. I mean, I'm totally out of business if nobody has ever heard of the Durham Skywriter and they don't bother to go to the website. So it's part of that is my coming, sharing information with you that's in the Durham Skywriter every day with Bull City Hangout. And sometimes, like I said, you just have to just get over it. That sounds harsh. I don't want to say it like that. Sometimes if you're like me, then your desire to share information overrides your shyness. That sounds much better. Okay, let me continue. Here's one more class from 6 until 8. Entrepreneurs, what is your credit saying about you? That's a really good question. You might want to learn about that. That's going to be from 6 until 8 tonight. All right, let's go. Oh, wait, let me check SCORE real quick since I'm talking about Durham Tech. Got to talk about SCORE too. SCORE is the Service Corps of Retired Executives. They know what it's like to run a business. They're retired business owners. They can help. They have mentors, so you can get your very own mentor, which is super great. let's see, today is the 6th. Let's see. Hmm. Today is the 6th, right? Okay. Um, Nothing just yet. Oh, wait. Yes. I have Tuesday the 6th. So I have the wrong, it's actually Thursday the 6th. So at 5:30 this evening, click on the link and you can register for the Zoom link for simple steps for starting your business. So you can, if you haven't started your business yet, you can learn what steps you have to take to start a business. And that's going to be tonight at 5:30. Oh, I'm saying night because it's dark by then. I should say late this afternoon. Okay, let's go to the senior scope. Wait a minute. Let's go to the health page. Let's go there. And if you have noticed, I have a picture of ambulances there. If you click on that link, it'll take you to the page that lists all of the hospital emergency departments and the urgent care clinics. Very important to know, especially if you have little ones at the house. I actually went, and they helped me with my sciatica. Excuse me. I was due to go to Chicago and I could barely walk, and I was really worried. My doctor couldn't fit me in. Her schedule was full, and she said, "Try one of the urgent care clinics." So I went, and they connected me with some medication that really helped. I think it was a combination of, uh, I think they called it a steroid and muscle relaxer, something like that. Anyway, it worked. It worked, and I was able to walk well enough to make it to Chicago. Not walking to Chicago, of course, but getting on and off the plane. Okay, let me continue. I'm trying not to take up all your time. Oh, it's Thursday. That means that NAMI Durham, and NAMI stands for the National Alliance on Mental Illness, they're hosting the online stress and anxiety support group for African Americans. That's going to be tonight from 7 until 8:30. Black folks are known for trying to be cool, excuse me, pushing down their fears and problems and microaggressions that we suffer sometimes, and you need to get it out. You need to talk about it with people who understand. You don't want to feel like you're all alone. So it's not just a festival of people just complaining. Somebody from NAMI Durham is there giving resources and suggestions. They can't tell you exactly what to do, but they can give some really good advice, that they can give some resources if you need them. So that's going to be online. And I need to point out that what is discussed in the room stays in the room. So this again is going to be this evening from 7 until 8:30. And I have the link right there for the Zoom link. And you can just go ahead and, you know, talk about it. Just go ahead and talk about it. Get it off your chest. Okay, there's some health studies you can check out. I have links for this and that. Information about spotting a stroke, which is very important. What I'm checking right now are the blood drives, where you can literally save lives by donating blood. Um, oh, there's one going on right now. Okay, so the American Red Cross is at the Duke Wellness Center, 305 Tower View Drive, and they'll be there until 4:30. Okay, let me check with the blood connection. Oh, they have something going on right now too. They're at the blood connection is at the Duke BME PhD Student Association at 101 Coal Pile Drive in the Bryan Research Center, and they will be there until 4. All right. Now let me go to the top of the page, click on that big blue button, and let's see if there are any health events I need to tell you about. With today being the 6th, yes, the American Dance Festival, they're helping people with Parkinson's. So they have these free classes on Thursdays from 2 until 3 called PWR Moves, Parkinson's Wellness Recovery for people with Parkinson's and their care partners. Totally free. They have their own parking lot. It's like right there. You don't have to walk far. So this is again going to be from 2 until 3 at 721 Broad Street on the second floor. They've got an elevator. And the front of the building says ADF Scripps Studios. So that's where you're going. Now, if you can't make it today, you don't have a car, or you don't have the car today, then tomorrow at 11, they're going to have a virtual event called Virtual Dance for Parkinson's. It's also on Zoom, or it is on Zoom specifically, and it is tomorrow from 11 until 12:15. And that's if you can't make it in person today. Or you can go to both. Nothing keeps you from going to both. Okay, now let's go to the Senior Scope page and let's see what's happening at the Durham Center for Senior Life, 406 Rigsby Avenue, downtown. I just finished putting that. I got the schedule. In fact, let me see if I can show it to you. What did I do with that? So this is the new one. It's called Our Times. See if you can pick that up if you're 55 plus, because that's the place to go if you're a senior and you're looking for fun. Okay, let's see. Well, fun and knowledge, because they have classes too, and they have a computer lab, and they have a theater, and what don't they have? They have everything. Okay, so today is Thursday, so this afternoon, African dance and drumming at 12:30. If you can get there in 12 minutes. Thursday Bible study at 12:30. Afternoon bingo at 1. Open painting studio at 1. Connect Tech at 1:30. Learn how to use your tech. Let's see. Arthritis Foundation exercise program at 2:15. Acrylic painting at 4. The fitness center and the tech lab are both open for drop-ins from 5 until 7:15 tonight. Yes, they're open late tonight. So if you're still working 9 to 5, you can always stop off at the senior center and burn off some steam or whatever. Get home relaxed and chilled. They're also going to have cardio and more with Shanta Wright. And that's from 5:30 until 6:15 tonight. And let's see. Now tomorrow, Muscle Pump at 8:40. The DCSL Walking Club at 9. If you need a walking pole, if you're a little unsteady on your feet, they can lend you a pole. Just return it when you're done. Open Art Studio at 9. Total Body Workout at 10. Ping Pong at 10. Tai Chi at noon. And then just to let you know in advance, I mentioned that they have a theater. Well, they show movies on Mondays and Fridays. So tomorrow at 12:30, they'll be showing a movie called Juanita. I don't know what that's about, but if you happen to know, put it in the notes below in the comments so everybody can know. But it's called Juanita. It starts at 12:30 tomorrow. Free popcorn. Let me check for special events. Today's the 6th. Let's see. No special events today, but tomorrow, DCSL Eats cooking demo. They're going to have in the cafe tomorrow, 9:30 until 10:30. The topic will be nutrition, education, and cooking demo, and it's hosted by the Durham Cooperative Extension. And if you go, ask them about the canning classes they used to have, because I was told back in the day, I mean, way back in the day, the cooperative extension used to help people who were, getting things from their gardens in the late summer, early fall, and how to preserve them by canning techniques. Which I know that those special jars are involved. But anyway, if you happen to know, ask them about that, because they should start that up again, because I think that's a good idea, especially because people are now wondering, should we be growing our own vegetables? My answer is always yes, if you can. Okay, also tomorrow, well, it says all the slots are taken through December. I'm just going to mention that NCCU and Duke, they have together something called the Elder Law Project, where they can help older folks put their wills together and advanced directives. Now, all the slots are taken through December. I'm mentioning it now, though, because they're still accepting referral forms for next year. So I did make a call, and hopefully they'll let me know how to go about doing that. I don't know where the referral forms come from. And if you don't happen to know either, I'll just ask. I'll put it in the Skywriter. I think maybe everybody knows but me. I might be wrong. So yeah, if you also don't know, let me know, and I'll just add it to the post that I have on the Senior Scope page. Now, another thing they're going to have tomorrow at 12:30, crafting with Regina, wreath making. So make a nice holiday wreath tomorrow at 12:30 in the art studio. You do need to call and register though. So call 919-688-8247, extension 110, and go ahead and sign up for that. And while you're at it, if you're interested in the Veterans Day commemoration, that's going to be tomorrow too at 1 o'clock in the lower commons. They're going to have refreshments. They'll be sharing stories while honoring military veterans. They're going to have guests from Veterans Affairs. So definitely call and register at extension 110 for that too, if you want to go to that as well. Somehow, even though they're both kind of coinciding, you might want to drop by one and then tiptoe out and go to the other. All up to you. Let's see. Now, let me mention this. I know it's not Friday yet, but let me mention this Monday event because it's at noon at the Senior Center. And of course, when my show comes on at noon, it'll be too late to mention it. But you might want to put this on your calendar. They're going to have something called Computers and Internet with excuse me, Cramden. Cramden, those are the nice folks who put computers together with volunteers and they give them to kids. And apparently, they're going to help uh, older folks, teaching us how to learn our how to use our laptops and how to find online resources. So you might want to check that out. You might want to check that out. And if you have grandkids, maybe you want to find out how maybe your child can get a computer from Cramden. I mean, it won't hurt to ask because I know they give them away to students. All righty. That is it for the Senior Scope. Oh, one thing I do want to mention, the Little River Senior Center, they are independent again. They're located at 8305 North Roxborough Road in Bahama. They operate from 8-ish until 2-ish. And basically, you can go there. You can take all these different classes. They teach guitar, bass, they have Bible study, bingo, crocheting, free play gym, walking club, coffee talk, free lunch. I want to mention the gym again. This used to be a school. Again, the address 8305 North Roxborough Road in Bahama. So they have access to the gym. So if you have a basketball, you know what I'm saying. Go there and have fun. All righty. Now let's go to the Let's Go calendar of events page, and that'll be it after the weather. Let me just click on Let's Go. Today's the 6th. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, the West End Free Market. Now, if you watched yesterday's show, Musu, my friend Musu was on, and she's a member of the West End Community Foundation. They're the folks who make this possible. It is the Fresh Produce and Dry Goods giveaway. That's going to be today at the Lion Park Recreation Center, 1309 Halley Street. So seniors like myself, age 65 plus, we get served first at 2:45, and they usually have plenty, so don't worry. So after us old folks, we get our goods, then everybody else gets in at 3. I think they give you a number when you get in, so it's nice and orderly. So the West End Free Market is a partnership of Candor, the West End Community Foundation, Duke Campus Farm, Farmer Food Share, Durham Parks and Recreation, and Seal the Seasons. So that again is going to be 2:45 if you're 65 plus, and then 3 o'clock everybody else. Boxyard RTP, the outdoor venue at 900 Park Offices Drive off of Highway 54. They're going to be featuring funky, feel-good music by these, I'm guessing this is Sunspot. People are getting almost too clever with these little dots that they're putting everywhere. I don't know if they're stealing from Anderson Park or not. But anyway, it's Sun and then SP dot T Trio. So I guess it's Sunspot. Anyway, funky feel-good music by the Sun Spot Trio during the next Taking Back Thursday live concert series at the Boxyard from 5:30 until 7:30. I think the weather is perfect for it. I think you might really enjoy that. It's totally free admission, no pressure. Now, you will be surrounded by restaurants, so you might want to have a couple dollars on you just in case you get hungry or thirsty. Let's see. Also happening this evening, the Fleet Feet Pony Run starts at and returns to Ponysaurus, which is at 219 Hood Street. So you start at 6:15, ending around 8:30, and you can choose either to run 3 miles or 5 miles. It's all up to you. You're running at your own pace. It's a free event. Party of One. They're hosting a free line dance class at the W.D. Hill Recreation Center. That's 1308 Fayetteville Street, and that is this evening starting at 6:30. Now, the Durham County Cooperative Extension, I mentioned them earlier, they're recruiting master food volunteers. Now, you might already know about the master gardeners, and they help people learn about lawn care, gardening, growing food, crops, uh, pretty lawns, flowers, trees, all of that. So they're using the same concept, and they're going to have master food volunteers. So if you love to cook, if you know about good nutrition, you can help Durhamites develop our knowledge and skills as a master food volunteer. Now you'll be trained. So if you think you don't know quite enough to be a volunteer, but you have the enthusiasm, go ahead and sign up because they're going to have specialized hands-on training in cooking, food safety, and nutrition so you can share it with others. And they will expect after you're trained that you will frost advisory. Yeah, we're going to check the weather in a minute. What the? Anyway, so they're hoping after you're trained that you will spend at least 30 hours per year, and that's less than an hour a week. And of course, it's not going to be every single week because some events that you'll be going to are probably going to be 3 hours. But anyway, so if you're interested, you can click to attend the virtual information session that's going to be this evening at 6:30. It's going to be online, so no pressure. If you want to just learn about it, then you might say, you know what? I like talking to people, and I like food, and I like nutrition. Gosh darn, let me sign up for that. So you might want to check that out. Now, tomorrow, line dancing with Jitterbug at the IR Home Senior, also known as Campus Hills Recreation Center, 2000 South Alston Avenue, from 9 until 10 tomorrow. It's $4, $3 if you're a senior. And Counterculture Coffee at 812 Mallard Avenue. They're going to have tasting at 10. And this is where you meet other coffee lovers. You get to sample different types of coffee. Counterculture, they supply many of the local coffee shops with their coffee. So you get to sample the different flavors and socialize and all that. So that's going to be tomorrow from 10 until 11, and it's free. The Salvation Army of Durham at 909 Liberty Street. They're going to have Free Food Friday tomorrow. If you're in need, don't be ashamed. Go there. They're there to help. So have your photo ID. If you have one, take that with you. If you want to volunteer, I've got their phone number. You can go ahead and volunteer with them. That should be really nice. Let's see what else is happening tomorrow very quickly. The Friday co-working and networking social is tomorrow at the Glass Jug Beer Lab, the one that's downtown at 545 Foster Street. So basically it's for freelancers, entrepreneurs, remote workers who are maybe starting to feel lonely. So you can actually do your last of the week's work at the Glass Jug. They have an area set aside. Take your laptop. They've got fast Wi-Fi. Go ahead and do your work from noon until 4. And then from 4 until 5, you meet your new co-workers, make new friends, maybe have a beverage, and just relax for a little bit. So that should be really nice. All this is free. I'm guessing if you're getting a beverage, I suppose you're paying for that. But as far as working at the Glass Jug, doing and meeting your new coworkers, all of that is free. Alrighty, I think that is it. Let me put my iPad down here, and let's check the weather. Let me get my intro first. Where's my phone? Scam likely. Okay, wait a minute. out you go. Be gone. Okay, I was trying to set up my weather transition. Weather transition initiated. Okay, it is, let's see, 64. Not bad at all. How can we have a frost advisory at 64 degrees? Anyway, it's 64. It's going up to 65. That's nice. Looks like sunny all afternoon. Sunset is at 5:14. That's a little early for me, but what can you do? So, 64 going up to 65. Okay, now the low will be 44. That's not cold enough for a frost advisory. I wonder why that popped up. That's very odd. Now tomorrow is going up to 68. Yeah, I love that. And it's going to be sunny tomorrow. And then on Saturday, 72. Mm, sunny on Saturday. I was so worried because yesterday, remember, during the weather report yesterday, I was worried about being rained out for Saturday's event in Lyon Park from 1 until 3. The West End Community Foundation. I'll be DJing. But anyway, I was worried about that. Well, it's been updated. So if it's going to rain this weekend, it's going to be on Sunday. Love that. So, yes. So 65 today, 68 tomorrow, 72 on Saturday. Now, it's going to be we're going to hit the 30s next week. So maybe that's why the frost. Let me go to my other weather app because that frost advisory that popped up, that was from my other weather app. So let me click on that one, the Weather Channel, because I might be seeing another tune. It does say frost advisory. Oh, because it says with this app, even though it's going up to 65, they're saying it's going to be in the 30s tonight. Yeah, we have dueling weather apps here. Now, one thing I did find out, because I mentioned this, I remember a couple months before, the Weather Channel gets their information from the airport and RDU airport. And then my other app, I think it's just my regular app. I guess it's what comes with your iPhone. That information is from the city. So it's always a little warmer in the city than it is at the airport. I guess it depends on the weather and the sun and how it hits because, the airport is all concrete. Yeah. Anyway, that is it. I think I've taken enough of your afternoon. I was trying to keep it at a half hour. Almost made it. Anyway, you have a beautiful afternoon. The weather is perfect for walking, hanging out, picking up some produce at Lyon Park. If you're going to be at Lyon Park, I might see you there because that's where I will be. So anyway, enjoy the afternoon because next week it looks like it's going to start getting a little rough weather-wise. And with that, ciao for now.